The meticulously manicured lawn stretched towards the perfectly aligned picket fence, a testament to the community's adherence to the Homeowners Association guidelines. Each blade of grass stood at the prescribed height, each flower bloomed in its designated color, each shrub was pruned to the exact dimensions outlined in the bylaws. This was a neighborhood where conformity reigned supreme, where individuality was subtly but firmly discouraged. A sense of unspoken order permeated the air, a silent agreement that everyone would play their part in maintaining the pristine aesthetic. However, a subtle shift began to occur, a ripple in the otherwise placid pond of suburban tranquility. A single dandelion sprouted in the corner of a yard, a defiant splash of yellow against the sea of green. It was a minor transgression, a seemingly insignificant deviation from the established norm. Yet it was enough to catch the attention of the neighborhood's self-appointed guardian of order, a woman whose life revolved around upholding the HOA's stringent rules. She noticed the dandelion during her morning walk, a ritual she performed with unwavering dedication. Her eyes narrowed, her lips tightened into a thin line. This was unacceptable, a blatant disregard for the community's standards. She felt a surge of righteous indignation, a sense of duty to protect the neighborhood from such blatant displays of nonconformity. The homeowner in question was a newcomer, a free spirit who had recently moved into the neighborhood. She had a different approach to landscaping, a philosophy that embraced natural beauty and rejected rigid control. She saw the dandelion not as an eyesore, but as a symbol of resilience, a reminder of nature's ability to thrive even in the most controlled environments. The Homeowners Association meeting was a tense affair. The dandelion was the main topic of discussion, a symbol of the growing divide between the old guard and the new arrivals. The guardian of order presented her case with meticulous detail, citing specific bylaws and referencing previous violations. She spoke of property values, of community standards, of the importance of maintaining a unified appearance. The free spirit countered with a plea for understanding, for tolerance, for a recognition that beauty could be found in imperfection. She spoke of the importance of embracing individuality, of allowing nature to take its course. She argued that a single dandelion posed no threat to the community's overall aesthetic. The debate raged on for hours, a battle of wills between two opposing ideologies. The guardian of order was unwavering in her conviction that the rules must be enforced. The free spirit was equally determined to defend her right to express her individuality. The other homeowners were caught in the middle, torn between their desire to maintain the status quo and their growing awareness of the stifling nature of conformity. The dandelion became a symbol of resistance, a rallying cry for those who felt suffocated by the HOA's rigid rules. It was a reminder that even in the most controlled environments, the human spirit could still find ways to express itself. The guardian of order, however, saw it as a symbol of anarchy, a threat to the very fabric of the community. She vowed to eradicate it, to restore order to the neighborhood. The conflict escalated from a simple disagreement over a dandelion to a full-blown neighborhood feud. The guardian of order began to scrutinize every aspect of the free spirit's life, searching for other violations of the HOA's rules. She monitored her trash cans, her mailbox, her parking habits. She even took pictures of her children playing in the yard, claiming they were damaging the grass. The free spirit responded by embracing her individuality even more defiantly. She painted her house a vibrant shade of purple, planted a wildflower garden, and hung a wind chime that played a discordant melody. She became a beacon of nonconformity, a symbol of rebellion against the tyranny of the HOA. The neighborhood was divided. Some residents sided with the guardian of order, praising her dedication to upholding the rules. Others sided with the free spirit, admiring her courage to challenge the status quo. The tension in the air was palpable, a sense of unease that permeated every interaction. The guardian of order organized a special HOA meeting to address the free spirit's violations. She presented a dossier of evidence, meticulously documenting every infraction. She demanded that the HOA take action to restore order to the neighborhood. The free spirit responded by delivering a passionate speech about the importance of individuality and the dangers of conformity. She argued that the HOA's rules were stifling creativity and creating a culture of fear. She called for a change in the bylaws, a recognition of the need for diversity and tolerance. The HOA board was divided. Some members were sympathetic to the guardian of order's concerns. Others were intrigued by the free spirit's arguments. They recognized the need to balance the desire for order with the need for individual expression. The debate continued for weeks, a battle of words and wills. The guardian of order and the free spirit became symbols of two opposing forces, the forces of conformity and the forces of individuality. The neighborhood was a microcosm of the larger societal debate about the role of rules and the importance of freedom. The free spirit began hosting gatherings in her yard, inviting neighbors to share their stories and express their individuality. She encouraged them to embrace their quirks and celebrate their differences. The gatherings became a haven for those who felt marginalized by the HOA's rigid rules. The guardian of order saw these gatherings as a threat to the community's stability. She accused the free spirit of inciting rebellion and undermining the HOA's authority. She demanded that the HOA take action to stop the gatherings. The HOA board was hesitant to intervene. They recognized the free spirit's right to freedom of expression. However, they also understood the guardian of order's concerns about maintaining order and preventing conflict. The conflict reached a boiling point when the guardian of order filed a lawsuit against the free spirit, claiming that her gatherings were a nuisance and a violation of the HOA's bylaws. The lawsuit was a dramatic escalation of the conflict, a clear indication that the two sides were unwilling to compromise. The lawsuit became a media sensation, attracting attention from local and national news outlets. The neighborhood was thrust into the spotlight, becoming a symbol of the larger societal debate about the role of HOAs and the limits of individual freedom. The trial was a spectacle, a battle of lawyers and expert witnesses. The guardian of order presented evidence of the free spirit's violations, while the free spirit's lawyers argued that the HOA's rules were unconstitutional and discriminatory. The judge ruled in favor of the free spirit, finding that the HOA's rules were overly restrictive and violated her right to freedom of expression. The ruling was a landmark decision, a victory for individual rights and a blow to the power of HOAs. The neighborhood was transformed. The free spirit's victory inspired others to challenge the HOA's rules and embrace their individuality. The guardian of order, however, remained unrepentant, convinced that the judge's ruling was a mistake. The dandelion that had started it all continued to bloom, a symbol of resilience and defiance. It was a reminder that even in the most controlled environments, the human spirit could still find ways to express itself. The neighborhood was no longer a symbol of conformity, but a testament to the power of individuality. The guardian of order moved away, unable to accept the changing landscape of the community. The free spirit remained a beacon of hope, a symbol of the possibility of finding harmony between order and individuality. The neighborhood had learned a valuable lesson, that true community was not built on conformity, but on acceptance and tolerance. Years passed, the neighborhood evolved. The free spirit's wildflower garden flourished, a vibrant tapestry of colors and textures. The picket fences remained, but they were no longer symbols of rigid control. They were simply fences, boundaries that defined individual spaces while allowing for shared community. The HOA bylaws were revised, reflecting a more tolerant and inclusive approach. The focus shifted from strict enforcement to fostering a sense of community. The neighborhood became a model for other HOAs, a testament to the power of compromise and the importance of individual expression. The dandelion that had sparked the conflict had long since faded, but its legacy lived on. It was a reminder that even the smallest act of defiance could have a profound impact. The neighborhood had learned that true beauty was found not in uniformity but in diversity. The free spirit's legacy was not just a wildflower garden, but a community that embraced individuality and celebrated the human spirit. The understanding grew that rules are meant to create a framework for healthy living, not to stifle the essence of being. The desire to control the environment had given way to a desire to nurture it. The shift was not just in the landscape, but in the hearts of the people who lived there. The neighborhood became a testament to the idea that a community can thrive when it embraces both order and individuality. A balance had been struck, a delicate equilibrium that allowed for both harmony and freedom. The story of the dandelion became a local legend, a tale told to newcomers and old-timers alike. It was a reminder that even in the most ordinary places, extraordinary things can happen. The neighborhood had learned that the most beautiful gardens are those that allow for a little bit of wildness. The spirit of the free spirit lived on, not just in her garden, but in the hearts of those who had learned to appreciate the beauty of imperfection. The idea that rules exist to serve the people and not the other way around became a guiding principle. The neighborhood had become a place where everyone felt welcome, a place where individuality was celebrated. The conflict had ultimately led to growth, a transformation that benefited the entire community. The story of the HOA Karen and the free spirit was a reminder that even the most contentious conflicts can lead to positive change. The neighborhood had learned that true community is built on understanding, not on control. The legacy of the dandelion was a reminder that even in the most controlled environments, the human spirit can bloom.